that the bazaar was conducted safely and successfully last month. I would like to thank all of you for your support and Hinokshin help. Title of today's sermon is Joy of Faith. Sometimes I read my fellow ministers' sermons or newsletter articles which talk about conveying the joy of faith to the people. Perhaps through my negative thinking, I feel that conveying the teachings is a very serious task. I usually don't think of it as a fun or joyous thing, although it should be, because teachings is based on a joyous life. In the case of the Boys and Girls Association activities, we convey the joy of faith through games and fun activities. So of course, we're conveying the joy of faith. On the adult level, I feel that it's much more challenging to convey the joy of faith. In the case of the recent Tenrikyo Bazaar, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of detailed planning, scheduling, communicating, acquiring supplies, equipment, etc. Obtaining information and coordinating and assessing needs. For example, in selecting a kimchi vendor, we need to find out which store sells the best kimchi. Well, not necessarily the best, but good tasting and reasonable price. The previous vendor that we used to use about 4 years ago went out of business, and someone recommended a particular store, but didn't say which kind of kimchi was good. There were so many different varieties from this particular store. So we were planning to visit the store and taste test each one. There was another recommendation. It was getting complicated, and time consuming just for this one item. So you can see how involved this bazaar can be. But we ended up just relying on the person in charge of the kimchi booth. Well, previously she lived in Kauai, that's why she couldn't do it, but now that she lives in Honolulu, she can do it. Some individuals or groups are assigned with more duties than others, especially the mission headquarters staff, or people left behind after Hinoshi. They have to pick up the pieces, where more volunteer could not have been obtained. More detailed planning is necessary, but in some cases there's just not enough manpower to cover everything and unforeseen situations, such as repairs to the bazaar storage shed, the roof, cleaning out unnecessary equipment and items out of the West House storage, things that were kind of used in previous bazaars, but not this year or in the foreseeable future. In all of this busy craziness, one might wonder, where is the joy of faith? I'm sorry, I don't know why this comes up. But I'm behind on my scrolling here. It's stressful for our minds and stressful for our bodies. I had a photo of someone going through a lot of stress. Oh, here it is. In Tenrikyo, the Hinokshin efforts are made with the faith and hope that through every completed bazaar task, everything will turn out okay. And this is validated by seeing the result in the bazaar patrons' faces, the happy faces. Sorry, I couldn't find a happy face, but well, actually I didn't look for one. During the after bazaar evaluation, one person shared that there was a lady bazaar customer, maybe it was a member of her church, who was reluctant to park at the overflow parking at Kawankoa Middle School But upon arriving there, she was surprised to meet the parking staff so friendly and so funny. After taking the shuttle to the bazaar, she enjoyed her shopping, and on her return shuttle to Kawanakua Middle School, she looked forward to seeing the friendly parking staff again. I don't think they were as handsome, but they were friendly. In another story, a shuttle van driver noticed that the passengers were a lot happier on their return trip to their respective parking areas compared to when he took them to the bazaar, which seems to indicate that they had a good time at the bazaar.
Just the guy.
I couldn't find any real photos, so I kind of looked online. On a deeper level, the bazaar offers an opportunity for us to immerse ourselves in the challenging task of helping to prepare oden, yakisoba, and in this photo, ohagi, andagi, etc., to conduct and help with the after cleanup of the bazaar, as well as run our respective booths or food item production. In this process, we receive a taste of God's exhaustive efforts in creation and sustaining the universe and human beings for us to live the joyous life. In the exhaustive effort of the bazaar, we make an offering of our true sincerity, and we get to understand a little bit of what God's heart is. This is our hinokishi, result of our hinokishi. In the Furisaki we read, so much thought has gone into the beginning of this world. How deep is the regret in the mind of Tsukihi? So much thought. Only through the exhaustive efforts of Tsukihi, made step by step, have you become the humans you are. In the Mikagurata Song 11:7, how remarkable this carrying of earth is, as it serves as a contribution to God. 8th, digging up the earth of the residents. You just carry it from one place to another. 9th, until this time, no one has ever understood my heart, how regretful it is. Finally, this year, without fertilizing, we reap a rich harvest. Oh, how delighted we are, how thankful we are. I feel that these verses from Scripture relate directly to the bazaar efforts. It's through the exhaustive efforts in conducting the bazaar, or in any challenging hinokushin or salvation endeavor, that we can truly understand God's heart, or at least have a taste of it. We make an offering of true sincerity, seeing everyone's happy faces as a result. At the bazaar or in our salvation, where we have reaped a rich harvest. Oh, how delighted we are, how thankful we are. This, I believe, is a joy of faith. This past August 8th, last month, the Maui fire disaster wiped out Lahaina town, causing widespread death and destruction. The mission headquarters board of directors decided that a portion of the bazaar proceeds will be donated to the disaster relief effort on Maui. Knowledge of that donation has given me a sense of satisfaction that through our bazaar efforts we'll be contributing to the relief efforts, and gave me even more incentive to work hard at the bazaar. I'd like to again thank you all for your hinokushin efforts at the bazaar. Thank you for your kind attention. Okay, just a few announcements. The 50th Bazaar was successfully held last month on Sunday, August 7th, with many hinokushin staff and many people coming to the bazaar. And thank you to those who have helped at the ohagi production. Thank you very much. To those who help as parking attendants and shuttle van drivers, bazaar equipment repairs, canopy and booth setup and breakdown. Thank you very much. Again, as I mentioned, a portion of bazaar proceeds will be donated to the Maui fire disaster relief efforts. Mahalo. The Bazaar Mahalo luncheon will be held after the mission headquarters monthly service this coming Sunday. Please attend both the service and the Mahalo luncheon after. The Pro Church Autumn Memorial Service, every year we have memorial service twice a year on March and September, and this month will be held the same day as the Tengen monthly service to high school, which will be Saturday, September 23rd at 8 a.m. The time not written, but it's 8 a.m. The mission headquarters autumn memorial service will be held on Wednesday, September 27th at 10 a.m. As announced last month, the Pro Church 90th anniversary service will be held on June 9th, 2024. Please save the date and join us for this major milestone. I haven't decided a date, but we will let everyone know. We want to have weekly practices in order to prepare for this event, service practice. Yeah, again, thank you very much everyone for attending the service today. This time we'll have our healing session.